Most women spend their entire lives trying to fit in, being likable, agreeable, acceptable to everyone around them. They shrink themselves to make others comfortable. They silence their opinions to keep the peace. They dim their light so no one feels threatened. But here's the truth. The women who actually change the world, they stopped trying to fit in a long time ago. They became that woman, the one who stands out, the one who makes people uncomfortable, the one who refuses to apologize for taking up space, the one who decided that being authentic matters more than being liked. So in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like, and more importantly, how you can become her. Let's get into it. Be the woman who knows her worth. Your worth isn't tied to your appearance, not your achievements, not your ability to please others, not how many people approve of you. Your worth is inherent. You have value simply because you exist. But most women don't believe that. They've been conditioned to earn their worth, to prove they deserve love, respect, opportunities, so they work harder, look better, bend over backwards trying to justify their existence. And it's exhausting. Because no matter how much you achieve, it never feels like enough. There's always one more goal to reach, one more person to impress, one more standard to meet. Think about Moana. Everyone tells her to stay on the island and follow tradition, to be the dutiful daughter, to do what's expected. But she knows her worth isn't defined by meeting those expectations. The ocean chose her because she was willing to be herself, not perfect, just authentic. And that authenticity, that's what made her powerful. Being that woman means deciding once and for all that you are enough. Not because of what you do, because of who you are. Not because you earned it, because it's your birthright. And when you internalize that, everything changes. You stop accepting disrespect. You stop tolerating people who don't value you. You stop settling for relationships, jobs, or situations that make you feel small. You walk away from spaces where you have to shrink to fit in because you know your worth and you refuse to negotiate it. Not for anyone, not for anything. Be the woman who sets boundaries. Boundaries aren't mean. They're necessary. They're how you protect your energy, your time, your peace. They're how you teach people how to treat you. Most women are terrified of setting boundaries. They think it makes them difficult, so they let people walk all over them. They say yes when they mean no. Yes to extra work. Yes to emotional labor. Yes to plans they don't even want to attend. They tolerate behavior that drains them. They allow themselves to be interrupted, dismissed, or taken for granted. And then they wonder why they're exhausted and resentful. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Here's what you need to understand. The people who get upset when you set boundaries, those are the ones who are benefiting from you not having any. They liked you better when you said yes to everything, when you prioritized their needs over yours, when you made yourself small so they could feel big. Let's be real for a second. Those people aren't upset because you changed. They're upset because you stopped being convenient. Look at Elsa in Frozen. For years, she suppressed herself to please others. She hid who she was. She tried to control everything, but that nearly destroyed her. Her transformation happens when she finally sets a boundary and stops trying to be what everyone else needs. She chooses herself, and the world doesn't end. It actually gets better, because when you stop betraying yourself to keep others comfortable, you finally start living. But that's their problem, not hers. Being that woman means saying no without guilt. Walking away from people, situations, environments that don't serve you. Choosing yourself, even when it disappoints others. Even when it feels uncomfortable. Even when they make you feel like you're being selfish. Will people be upset? Yes. They'll call you selfish. They'll say you've changed. They'll make you feel guilty for choosing yourself. Good. That means it's working. Because you have changed. You stopped being small. And if this part makes you uncomfortable, even better. Because discomfort means growth. Be the woman who speaks her mind. Women are taught to be quiet, to nod along, to agree even when they disagree, to avoid conflict at all costs, to smile and stay pleasant even when they are being disrespected. Because women who speak up are labeled as difficult, aggressive, too much. But being that woman means finding your voice and using it. Even if it shakes, even if people don't like what you have to say, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it costs you relationships with people who only liked you when you were silent. Because your voice matters, your opinions matter, your perspective matters, and staying silent doesn't keep the peace. It just protects the status quo. It allows injustice to continue. It lets people get away with behavior they shouldn't. Think about Hermione Granger. She speaks up in class even when others roll their eyes. She challenges authorities when it's unjust. She calls out her friends when they're wrong, and yes, sometimes people find her annoying, bossy, too much. But she's also the one who solves problems, saves lives, and helps change the wizarding world, because she refused to stay silent when something mattered. When you start speaking your mind, some people won't like it. They'll try to silence you, dismiss you, make you doubt yourself. They'll tell you you're being dramatic or too sensitive. But other people, they'll respect you. They'll listen. They'll be inspired by your courage. They'll thank you for saying what they were too afraid to say. And you'll start attracting people who value authenticity over agreeability. People who want the real you, not the version you've been performing. Be the woman who chases her dreams. Most women put their dreams on hold. They wait for the right time, the right circumstances, the right level of permission from the people around them. They wait until they feel ready, until they have more experience, until conditions are perfect. Which, let's be honest, is never. And while they're waiting, life passes them by. Years turn into decades, and they wake up one day realizing they never went after what they actually wanted. They played it safe, they stayed comfortable, they let fear make their decisions. Here's the part nobody likes to hear. That someday you're waiting for, it doesn't exist. Being that woman means not waiting. Starting now. Even if you're scared, even if you don't have all the answers, even if people think you're crazy, even if it's messy and imperfect and nothing like you imagined. Because here's the truth. It will be messy. It will be imperfect. You will feel like you have no idea what you're doing. Do it anyway. Because regret isn't about the things you tried and failed at. Regret is about the things you never tried at all. The dreams you talked yourself out of, the chances you didn't take because you were waiting for permission that was never going to come. When you chase your dreams, you will face obstacles. People will doubt you. You'll doubt yourself. Things won't go according to plan. You'll make mistakes. You'll fail. You'll want to quit. But every step you take toward your dreams is a step toward becoming the woman you're meant to be. Every failure teaches you something. Every setback makes you stronger. And that's worth every bit of discomfort, every moment of fear, every person who said you couldn't. Be the woman who lifts other women. Society teaches women to compete with each other, to see other women as threats, rivals, competition, to look at another woman's success and feel like it takes something away from yours. It doesn't, but we've all been there. But being that woman means rejecting that narrative. When you see another woman winning, celebrate her. When you see another woman struggling, support her. When you see another woman being torn down, defend her. Don't stay silent. Don't join in. Stand with her. Because women supporting women is one of the most powerful forces in the world. When we stop tearing each other down and start building each other up, we become unstoppable. There's a quote that says, "A queen who doesn't want other queens is not a queen, she's a dictator." Your success doesn't take away from someone else's. Your light doesn't dim someone else's. When women stop competing and start collaborating, we become unstoppable. So here's what it comes down to. Know your worth without needing external validation. Set boundaries and protect your energy. Speak your mind, even when your voice shakes. Chase your dreams unapologetically. And lift other women up instead of tearing them down. This is where most people stop. They hear the message, they feel inspired, and then they do nothing. Don't be most people. You don't have to be perfect to be that woman. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just have to be willing to show up as yourself, unapologetically and fully. Because the world doesn't need more women trying to be like everyone else. The world needs you to be that woman. So here's my question. Which one of these are you going to start with? Comment below and let me know. And if you're done shrinking, done playing small, done apologizing for taking up space, comment that woman, because that's who you are now. Thank you for watching.